The other area that, of course, has been fun to see is the compensation that she's been able to earn. And I was trying to look it up before we got here, but I think it's in the neighborhood of $400,000 just in commission that she's earned since she became a director. Which, when you think about that over with a $100 investment, that I was hesitant to say, I don't know if you really want to spend $2,000 and do an inventory, to see that transform over the span of a decade and to be a huge amount of money that she's earned in commission. That's not sales, that's not cars, that's just in the checks that she's gotten from Mary Kay. It's just almost mind-boggling to think. But I think the thing that was, one of the things that's most exciting and what has been a great thrill for me was to go with her to Brazil and just see the way that she's been able to interact with the women down there and the impact that she's had. And she's kind of a rock star down there. I don't know if she's told you this, but like she comes into the room and everybody knows her. There's this guy, what was his name? William, however you say William in Portuguese, was like the guy from the Mary Kay corporate headquarters in Brazil that was doing the presentation to this room full of directors. And during the break, he comes over, "Oh, you're back, Susan. Good to see you." I'm like, "How does he know you?" Everybody knows Susan, even in Brazil. You think people know her here, everybody knows her there too. So it's just been really cool, and to see how much they appreciate her and the job that she's done there has just been awesome. And to be able to experience that was really an honor. So that's a little bit of my history on the Mary Kay side. I'll talk to you a little bit about my history kind of on the business side to give you a sense of where I've been and kind of what some of my background is. I went to school here at the University of Sioux Falls. I majored in math and business administration. I was really interested in the actuarial profession, which there's, I think, all of about 15 actuaries in South Dakota. So if you haven't met one of them, the stat I like to quote is if you haven't met an actuary, it's because in the whole country there's less than 20,000 actuaries, but in Washington, D.C. alone, there's 70,000 lawyers. So if you give you a sense of how many actuaries there are versus some other professions out there. But I studied math at the University of Sioux Falls. I went on to work at Midland National here in town. It was the gold glass building downtown that used to blind people coming up over the bridge. Now we actually live just a mile, or we work just a mile from here, up by 57th and Solberg Avenue. It's right there by the interstate, just up across 229. And the job I went into really was, a lot of people go into it just on the number crunching side, and the people that do it are very inclined towards working with numbers and doing really well with that. And there's a series of exams that you have to go through. Right now it's about 7 or 8 exams that you have to pass before you're full-fledged actuary. I was able to finish those about the same time Susan finished directorship. We were kind of both working towards a big goal at the same time. So we were able to celebrate those milestones together. But I've really been privileged to move beyond just the number crunching side to get involved a lot with the business side of things. And my role right now is I actually oversee kind of the product development area of the company. And as we develop new life insurance products, I help with oversee a team of some folks here in Sioux Falls and some in Chicago that develop the products that we have. And we work really closely with sales and marketing. And it's really been interesting as Susan and I have kind of talked shop, so to speak, over the years at the similarities I see between our business and her business. Because what we have is we have independent life insurance agents that are trying to sell our products. Very similar to you gals who are independent beauty consultants. You're not employees of the company, you work off of commission. Our agents are not employees of our company, they work off of commission. We have a group of regional sales directors whose jobs are to recruit and train and motivate their sales force. Well, what do the directors and national sales directors do? Recruit, train, motivate you guys. So there's a lot of parallels, and there's a lot of things that I've noticed that are done the same way. And sometimes I'll bring Susan ideas that I'll say, oh, this is something interesting we found. But a lot of times what I'll hear things that Susan's talking about and kind of apply it to the job that I'm in right now. And so it's been fun to see that. I get an opportunity to work quite a bit with the agents and hear what they're saying and some of the feedback that they're giving. And so what I wanted to do with that is share with you guys some of the things that I think kind of can parallel between what I've seen in the business that I work in, what I've observed in Susan's business, and what I'll say is maybe 3 lessons that you can learn from Susan's success. And I'll give you some examples from my experience